Good morning, everybody. Brian Neubert here from GoldandBlack.com, live in Mackey Arena. I've actually been living here for about 3 weeks. Nobody's noticed yet. We're back with our GoldandBlack.com Purdue Basketball Dailies for this week. Today's topic is just going to kind of be a post-mortem, for lack of a better term, on the Arkansas exhibition in Fayetteville on Saturday. Just a couple of quick thoughts after going back and watching the game yesterday. One, I think that it goes without saying Purdue needs to take better care of the basketball. That's the single biggest, takeaway from all of this. And I don't even need to elaborate on that. That was obvious. You can't fritter away 20 possessions and expect to, have success in an environment like that against an opponent like that. Second, really like the way Fletcher Lawyer played. Going back and watching it, I think this was a game where they were going to body him up. They were going to really pressure him, and it was something notable that he was able to drive past it, use their aggressiveness against them, get to the basket, make some plays. He probably should have had a couple more assists than he ended up having. Just did a really nice job from taking what the defense made him take perspective, as opposed to there's a difference between that and taking what the defense gave him, because the defense didn't really give him much of anything. But really liked the way he played, really liked the level head with which he played, and really liked the cleverness he showed in terms of getting into the lane and getting really high percentage shots for himself. Off to a good start from an offensive perspective. And then from a defensive perspective, obviously, Purdue really hurt itself with 20 turnovers. That, again, goes without saying. But really worth noting here, I think, is Arkansas shoots 51%, in part because of those 20 turnovers, but also when you go back and itemize the shots they made, Arkansas took a lot of contested jumpers, and that's something I think from a defensive perspective Purdue can live with. When guys make playground shots, good for them. I think Purdue generally, made Arkansas make tough shots. I think there were a lot of issues with their ball screen defense, some side ball screens, some high ball screens, whatever it might have been, that let Arkansas get in the paint too easily. I think Purdue got beat on a lot of straight line drives, too, by a more athletic, quicker team. But at the same time, I think it's really important to keep in mind Purdue did not prepare for this game like it was Indiana in January or Michigan State at the start of March. They practiced, they focused on Purdue, and they didn't really prepare for Arkansas like it was a game that counted, because it wasn't a game that counted. Again, this event was all about the experience more than the outcome, and I think, in an arena where there were a lot of pigs, Purdue was kind of the pig at the luau. I think they were kind of set up to, be to kind of take the fall here too, in a lot of ways. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but when you look at the way the game was officiated, things like that. I know complaining about the officiating in a game that was only played for charity, seems shallow, but Purdue afterwards, didn't seem to suggest that this was, reality in terms of the actual way the game was administered. And maybe it was reality considering the nature of Big Ten officiating. I don't know, but there was a lot of stuff that happened that might have changed the outcome here. Things like that. But I thought Purdue did a good job in pick and roll offense for the most part. I thought Braden Smith did a good job orchestrating that. Braden Smith did a good job scoring. He's got to take better care of the basketball, obviously. Part of that was the opponent. Part of that was Purdue. But I think there was a lot of positive to come out of that game. That Purdue turned the ball over 20 times, didn't get a lot of the calls that probably would have liked, and still had a 3-point lead with 45 seconds to go, and made Arkansas make a circus three over a 7'4" guy and a 6'5" guy with a hand and a face. I think was pretty I know there are no moral victories when you're number 3 in the country and fully expecting to win most of the games you play in this year, but by and large, I think there was a lot of positive in this game for Purdue. So that's what I got after watching the game again yesterday. There's a lot more than that on our site right now at GoldandBlack.com. Go check it out. Thanks, everybody.